I am excited to be back with my love earrings and my baseball hat to share awkwardly cool and courageous with you. And I don't really believe in serendipity, but I saw a movie last week called Doris, and talk about going from awkward to cool to courageous. Yeah, she's the example life of this. And that's what I wanted to share today, because what was amazing to me is what happened, the transformation that happened to her. And as we all know, in the beginning, there was the Word. Well, words create worlds. And Doris's world was very, very small. I mean, she lived with her mother. She was probably in her 60s. She lived with her mother. Her mother was a hermit and a hoarder, and Doris became that too. She lived her life for her mother. And when her mother's life ended in the beginning of the movie, so did Doris's. And, feeling very ungrounded and not sure who she was without her mother to take care of, one of her friends invited her out to this seminar where a self-help guru, which huge funny spoof on this, but a self-help guru would show her the way. And what was amazing to me is how I watched awkward to cool to courageous by just the shift in where Doris was putting her attention, what she was focused on. And he did this with a word. And so it was magical and miraculous and transformational. He flashed up the word impossible on the screen. And impossible is a word that we all know. We're all super familiar with it. As a matter of fact, it's a word that we believe. We're told all the time things are impossible. It's impossible. It'll never happen. And yeah, we believe that, and many people overcome it, but it's a word that is really part of our culture. Well, by this teeny tiny slight little change, which I love when people do this with words, by the way, he just create a little bit of space, which is always necessary to let the light in, and for transformation, create a little bit of space between the M and the P. And all of a sudden, impossible went to I'm possible. Even me, who loves words and who subscribes to self-help all the time, was like, I'm possible. Well, both Doris and I had a picnic with this, because Doris, played by Sally Field, is just chanting this, I'm possible, I'm possible, I'm possible. And she would close her eyes and she would do some dreaming and some imagination. And her world would take her to these places that she never dreamed possible before. So you could see in the movie how it just opened up her world of love and experience, and she got bold and she put herself out there, and she just started living a bigger life. And I think what happens is when you go from impossible to I'm possible, you actually open the door to the quantum field of possibilities. And if you go into the quantum field of possibilities with the mantra of I'm possible, and you use joy as your compass, you are going to have fun in the field. So enjoy yourself. I know for me, I've already had this whole idea that the things that I've been working on, like a workbook for the Holy Shift, and a new website for the Holy Shift, and all these things coming together and people working with me to make them happen. So I'm possible, and so are you. Enjoy yourself.